Good evening, everyone. I think there are very few sessions, few conferences where we mostly enjoy listening more than speaking. So, this is one of those days where you get maximum of the knowledge and you have many of your doubts getting cleared. Many of the conferences they only create questions in your mind, but this is one of the conference which also gives some of the answer, right from the top policy maker and also top scientific people, brilliant minds from all part of the world, our national brass. Thank you, Driv and the Office of Principal Scientific Advisor of Government of India from bringing all these stars together today and giving a lot of answers to people who are looking for sustainability, clean, green. This session particularly, which I am going to start now, is going to talk about money. Money, without finance, without commercialization, many things which we have spoken since morning would not reach to its destination. So, welcome all of you. Welcome to my esteemed panelist and the special guest we have with us. And I also welcome all of you for being with us. Let's take one of that very mild notion in your mind before starting this session, that our thought process to change something cannot reach anywhere until and unless everything designed and drafted or kept at same level. Are not we trying to achieve something which was not even a problem before? So since morning, if you will look at problems of sustainability, air pollution, plastic, large chunk of garbage, these were the things it never existed before. The kind of population which we have or the kind of troubles which we are facing, these are the things which are coming to us with development of technology. If we will keep on solving these very, very critical and newly emerged problems with the old solutions, old tool, old financial models, are we going to reach anywhere? Definitely not. What best we can do is to give an eyewash that okay, we are trying to do, things are very complicated, it is not reaching anywhere, still we are putting all our efforts. So if I may say that there is a generation which we are facing, which we are having, at this generation is a generation of very different economy. If you look at India's growth chart 1947 to 1960, our economy was agricultural economy. At that time, ease of doing business and scientific development used to be called pesticide and new type of genetically modified seeds. Today, the definition of science is very, very different. Ease of doing business is more complex. Next generation came from 1960 to 1985 is the generation of product and manufacturing, where the plants, products, they took over our development. They become the development core front. The next generation of economy, which came from 1985 to 2000, which is my generation, is the generation of technology, where technology started taking over many of our life, many of our lifestyle. My lifestyle is very different from my father's lifestyle. He is not that fond of mobile phone or things which I am keeping as a main part of my life, and it is equally affecting both of us, our health. It is affecting our mind, our thought process. So this generation of technology from 1985 to 2000 is the fast generation of change. And today, from 2000 to 2022, we have reached into a very different economy, different generation, that generation is the generation of delivery and gig economy. This gig economy have a different type of problem. These problems are, if I may list for you for your reference that where I am going to take you, is this conference might be a conference of autonomous vehicle where drivers are not required. This is the future. You will not be required to have a driver, and you will be able to go from point A to point B. This is the future. This is actually happening. I'm part of those innovations, so I can say yes, it is also happening. And I came out from this conference and some car hit me at the gate of Indian International Center. Where do I go? Lodi Road Police Station. This car has hit me. This is the number, or maybe try to find out a number. And he says, sir, isko to track nahi kar payenge. So where are we reaching? We are the second largest network of road, but somebody hit me, I cannot track him. It's a problem from the technology volume and to be solved by the technology only. So the last generation of mine might have taken that, okay, ho gaya. But my next generation will say, no, let's go to e-Vahan. There are some possibilities. We will be able to track that car. Not only this, I'll give you 4 more examples. If somebody died on road, not getting ambulance, or in the period when he is struggling for life, other generation, a previous generation may have taken it, but next generation would say no. There has to be a zone. Then if this zone must be allocated to some agency which is supposed to be giving service for ambulance. Let's find out, penalize, put in PIL, get their contract cancelled. So the precision, accountability and transparency is going to be the core of next generation. And this next generation does not stop here. Somebody made an fake account, or took a fraud, fake SIM and given you a call, threat, abuse, anything. Same. Now the coming generation is not going to take this, that okay, I cannot track this. So all this technology driven, one more very prominent example, last one, I do not want to overload with the examples. You have a phone which is taking care of your transaction, is going to take care of the entire digital economy. And many of the places this phone does not work because there is no signal, sometimes there is no data network. Whose accountability is this? This is the accountability of that telecom company which is giving you connection on an Aadhaar card which has an address, and that address they don't have a tower. So if you connect all of them together, you will have a very precise information that the place or the pin code which you are putting to take an CAF, generate a connection application form, if that place is not covered by your tower, you are not liable or allowed to take in connection. What will happen to these companies? They will have to put all towers in place. Then they'll all be get regulated. But I'm happy I'm part of many of those circular economy pilots. One of those pilots is by World Economic Forum. I'm missing Akhilesh Srivastava here. He was supposed to be there, but United Nations has a delegation who had to go Bangalore, so he could not join us. World Economic Forum is doing a pilot to fix accountability of driving. What you drive is going to create your driving score the way you have a civil score. So tomorrow your insurance, your vehicle cost, your vehicle sailing, everything is going to depend on that score which you are going to hold after doing a good driving. If you are going to be bad and reckless driver, you are going to pay high premium and your vehicle is also going to suffer because it is driven by a driver who has a low record. Many more things will come, but when we try to do these, we have a certain type of expectation from our policymakers. What we expect from them is to understand the implication to implement such type of projects, and also understand the complication which comes into financing, procurement model, L1, L2, L3, L4. These are the very base level expectation which we had from agencies and our policy matter experts. This is the place where we come as a partner with Delhi Institute of DRIV and to conduct small pilots. How do we bring that intelligence into consideration is very, very important. Without having a technical pilot, without having a ground data, it is very difficult to even prove a notion that this will help you in this manner. So to bring more to it, I would not, since I am a moderator, I have many points to cover, but we'll keep on covering in between the discussions. So with this, I introduce one of our solution, which is going to make healthcare sustainable, viable, and then profitable. I do not wish to use the word profitable for healthcare in India particularly. It is a forum where people are very progressive and open in thought, but if it is a populistic forum, it is not good to use profitable. But are not we creating a department or a pure vertical where there is no circular economy? So to make healthcare doable, there are certain possibilities, there are certain indicators which Indian healthcare system has given during the COVID pandemic. COVID has not only impacted Indian healthcare system but globally, and fortunately Indian healthcare system, because of being decentralized system, it has proven to be stronger. And if we add further more value to it, what does it happen? When I say more value, means bundling many of the programs together, greater transparency, accountability, and precision in implementation of all those programs, bringing back those responses or flagging or the kind of test we wish to provide by the ASHA workers or frontline healthcare staffs, who is the first contact point of our 65% population, is going to bring a lot of data back in the ecosystem. This data is going to be India's, not only India's, Asia's, I can say globally, largest data bank, to be used by the companies who are going to design devices, medicines, productive healthcare analysis, population health management, and many more like surgical and vaccine and other immunization production. This is going to be the future of healthcare.